Welcome to In Pursuit 360 and welcome to 2024. Yay, we made it. All right, so In Pursuit 360, of course, here, some of you already know, some of you may not. I'm dedicated to helping you get your job in professional law enforcement if that's where you so choose to go. Um, yeah, this is going to be just kind of like a general overview, what's coming in 2024 and what I think I can help you with in obtaining your dream job of becoming a law enforcement officer. So let's get into it. And here we go. Welcome back again to In Pursuit 360. I'm glad to have you here. Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, that thumbs up, thumbs down if you like the video. Hey, if you give me a thumbs down, tell me why, please. And then that way I can make it better for you. Bell notification down below will tell you when the next video is coming out. So 2024 is here. So what has changed from some of the other years that we've already had? Well, we're like borderline recession. The economy is rough. Supposedly pay is getting higher, but so is everything else. So, how does this affect law enforcement? What does this do to law enforcement? Well, law enforcement, firefighting, dispatching, fire rescue, have all been, along with the military, have been kind of ways for people that are struggling economically to kind of move up or to move ahead. Um, so that hasn't changed. The openings are still there. Um, so that combined with some things that are going on in society right now, as far as the defund the police and some of that other stuff, um, are making it like even harder to try to find people. And departments are actually, and a lot of people, and this really bugs me. They're like, "No, if you're a warm body, you're hired. Oh, if you're a warm body, you're hired." No, you're not. There's not one department that is just randomly grabbing people off the street and grabbing every person that applies and hiring them. There is a very big, long hiring process, no matter what department you go to, no matter how bad you think that department is, no matter how politically left or right they are, it doesn't matter. They're not just grabbing people. There's a hiring process. A lot of you have already figured that out because it's damn hard to get hired onto a department. It's not easy. So here in 2024, that really hasn't changed. If anything, it's gotten a little bit harder. Why has it gotten harder? Because the demands of society have gotten very loud. Let's just say they've gotten very loud. I'm not going to say it's a majority, but the group that is yelling and screaming, they're yelling and screaming very loudly, and they're getting all the attention right now. So, therefore, departments are being very, very conscious of who they hire and how they train, and then who they retain, right? So it all kind of fits in together. So here in 2024, as as we start moving forward and we start, or we continue on this hiring process with these departments, I strongly, 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 strongly encourage you to apply to more than one agency. I've heard from several people recently, through Spartan Training Systems, and there's a link down below because I do interview coaching one on one via Zoom, or other video things. Anyway, I'm not advertising for one. They're only applying for one agency or one department. This is very, very limiting. Um, if there is a key department that you really, really, really want to be with, that's awesome. Go ahead and start that process. But then you need to find some outlying agencies that you would be satisfied with, that you can get certified as a law enforcement officer within the state, um, that you can then transfer later. Get yourself some experience, build up a reputation, build up your resume, right? Get some extra training and all that stuff, and then go ahead and 2 to 3 years later start applying towards your dream agency and where you want to go, where you think you want to go. I always thought that I wanted to end up in Fairfax County in Northern Virginia, or Cobb County in Georgia. Uh, couldn't get on with either one of those agencies. I mean, they're really big at the time. They're fast growing, but I was very young, and didn't have any real experience. You had other certified officers that were trying to transfer. Um, so I ended up going with the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. Now it was kind of hometown, right? They really liked they hired a lot of people that were just from the county or from the area, right? Um, but even they realized that they had to start expanding their pool of people that they were choosing from. So I was a transplant. I had lived in Stafford County for 3 or 4 years, I guess, when they finally picked me up. But I got certified. Well, it turns out I ended up loving that agency, so I went nowhere. I stayed right there. I didn't want to go anywhere else because of the experiences that they gave me. I was able to work more criminal investigations and stuff like that. Whereas up north in a bigger department, yeah, you got to work some of it, but a lot of that stuff, I mean, you took the initial report and just passed stuff on because you were too busy running call to call, right? So I enjoyed that experience there and I ended up staying. Now, you may or may not end up finding the same thing. I don't know. But you got to get your foot in the door. You have to get in there and get certified. Plenty of people in the federal system do the same thing. We had plenty of people that came into the Pentagon Police. Um, Federal law enforcement officer, you go to FLETC, you go through the Uniform Police Training Program, UPTP at FLETC, you get certified as a federal officer. And lo and behold, within a year or two, they're transferring and going somewhere else. Why? Because they already have their federal certification. So again, don't don't limit yourself. Here we are in 2024. It's a new year. It's a new you, right? You want to be a law enforcement officer and you want to serve and protect. You want to serve a community, then do what you need to do in order to get your certification, to get your foot in the door, to start doing that. If you limit yourself and you don't get selected, how many of you are going to end up getting disappointed? How many of you will try a second time or a third time or even a fourth time? Will you keep going for that same agency over and over and over again until they finally say yes or you finally give up? Or are you willing to kind of spread your wings a little bit, open up your options, start applying for some smaller departments that aren't going to pay as well, probably, um, to get your certification and to get some experience and then transfer in? So that's my advice to you here. And we kick off 2024. If this is really a career field that you want to get into and you really want to, you believe in protect and serve and the mission of law enforcement in general, don't limit yourself. If you have that kind of passion, if you have that kind of drive, I encourage you to pursue your desire. We as a society need people that want to be in law enforcement for the right reasons. So if you're one of those people, please don't limit yourself to just one department. Apply to multiple. Apply to smaller ones. Don't always make it just the big fancy ones that you always hear about, right? Here in Georgia, it used to be Gwinnett County. Ooh, everybody wanted to be in Gwinnett County. Cobb County was a big and upcoming one too, right? Everybody wanted to be part of those, or everybody wants to be with state police. State police is a really hard one to get into. I don't care what state you're in, right? So you've got to understand. Maybe sometimes, like in Georgia, it kind of drives me crazy, right? So like Cobb County also has multiple. They have Marietta Police Department, Powder Springs Police Department. All these other little municipal police departments, all within the county, right? Not every state has the setup that way, but here in Georgia, Georgia's set up a lot like that. You have your county department, and it's either a department or a sheriff's office, and then you have little municipalities that have their own little PDs that cover their own little jurisdictions. So, whatever it takes for you to get certified, that's what you need to look at. Get certified, get the experience, build your resume, then go apply for your dream department. If it stays your dream department, who knows what you may find out, what you may learn, and may decide you like it somewhere else. So anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's how we're going to start 2024. So have a positive attitude, keep trying, don't give up. If you need some extra help, you want some interview coaching and stuff like that, I do provide that service on the side. The link's down below, SpartanTrainingSystems.com. You can sign up for a free 15-minute consult, After that, I've got some hourly things that we can do, 1 hour, 2 hour, and their deals and all that good stuff. So just go check that out. Um, and then also, don't forget, if you want to practice your firearms training at home and dry fire, you can go over to nextleveltraining.com, and they have several laser cert guns that you can purchase there that can help you, working with your trigger press, trigger control, sight alignment, sight picture, all that good stuff. So all those links are down below. And meanwhile, 2024 is your year. Don't give up. Keep trying. If you have the passion for law enforcement, please follow through with it. We need you. And in the meanwhile, be safe out there.